Hey, welcome back. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about hypnosis, and I want to talk about past life regression hypnosis. But I wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to talk about some of the things that I've discovered regarding past life hypnosis and what is actually happening. What is a past life? Is it a past life? And what is the correlation? Why do we go to a past life? What's the fascination with the past life? There's a lot of things to consider when we talk about past life hypnosis. Have you ever personally had a past life hypnosis session? If you have, comment below, let us know what happened for you, and also let us know if anything changed for a positive or for a negative as well. Keep us updated in the comment section if you feel called to. But what's the importance of what I feel within a past life hypnosis? So past life hypnosis, or I like to think of past lives as a parallel life. Even though that life that we're connecting to has physically been and gone, I feel that it's continuing, and it's actually, we're on like this timeline, and all these things are happening at the same time while we're also here. It's quite a big concept to try and take into our physical minds, but that's just my understanding of it, that a past life is a parallel life, and it's all happening now. Everything is happening now, from however long ago and from the future as well. It's all coming into the now on this linear level, and also on an astral level as well, on a quantum level. But the importance of it for me, and what I've found with people that I've worked with, is there is always a connection, and there is always a correlation between the life that they've journeyed to and the life that they are currently living. So there would be something in this life that is holding you back, or holding that person back. There may be an emotion, there may be some level of trauma from that parallel life or from that past life. Whatever your terminology of it is, totally up to you. If you want to call it a past life, that's fine. I call it past life as well, but my understanding of it is that it's a parallel life. But there is always a correlation between that past life and between the now. And what I've found is you tend to find that a lot of people, if they're on a spiritual journey, which most people are, that want to have some level of healing, hypnosis, Reiki, whatever, they've tapped into that spiritual side of themselves, and they might be very in tune with their own energy. They might be aware of their guides. They might be aware of just have an inkling or a feeling that they used to be this. They might have a feeling that they used to live in America, or they might have been a Native American, or maybe they have a Native American guide and they feel like there was a connection there in a life and things like that. So there is always that connection. It doesn't mean that we always go back to that connection or to that life. And what I've found as well is sometimes people have been guided to have a past life hypnosis session. I was going to say reading there, a past life hypnosis session, and they've been told by somebody that you've had such and such in this life that I think needs to be healed, or there is level of healing that needs to take place. Have a past life regression. A couple of times this has happened actually with me, where people have been recommended to me, and they've already had this intention in the mind that there is something from this life, from this era, that needs to receive healing, that needs to be something released from that life. And often what happens is they don't go to that life. They go to a life after, or a life way before. And the important thing as well that I often say to people with regards to whatever level of healing that they're having, whether it's Reiki, meditation, EFT, hypnosis, whatever, is to not have an expectation. Because sometimes having that intention of wanting to go somewhere can actually cloud the things, because the conscious mind is still hanging on to this well, I need to go here, I need to go that life. And really, you just need to really let go of any predetermined conception of where you think you're going to go, and just allow the process to take place. Just totally let go, and just allow your subconscious mind to step forward and take you to where you need to go. Because the other thing as well, before, I'm not saying that the person who's recommended you to have a past life healing session because of this purpose, I'm not saying that they're wrong. They're probably totally right. But there might be something from a life previous or a life after that needs to be addressed first before you go to that life. And it may be a few sessions before you actually get to that life where there is some healing that needs to take place. Because we can't actually consciously say and perceive every little thing that's taken place in our different incarnations, in our different lives. So we can't say, oh, you need to go here. It's down to the individual and their subconscious and their journey that needs to address what needs to be addressed in that session. But getting back to what I was saying, is there is always a correlation with this life. There is always something that has taken place or happened in this life that has a connection to that life. Here's an example. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. I had a past life hypnosis session with a good friend of mine, Shannon, who is over in Australia. You will have probably seen some of my chats with Shannon and Kaz on this channel. And my quantum hypnosis session with her took me to a life where I was a penguin. And you're probably thinking, an animal, like in a past life? Really? Can that happen? Yeah, that can happen. That's totally reasonable to happen. We've all been everything in previous lives. And it wasn't until after, probably about a week or two later, after that hypnosis session, that I realised that my mum has always loved penguins and always had a fascination with penguins, because I was helping to do some tidying up round the home, and I remembered all these little cuddly penguins, and I was like, oh, there's all them penguins you had from, and it was like ping, penguin. So that's where that connection to that life comes from. And what you also find is within each life and each incarnation that you go through, the circle of people that are around you follow you as well. But they will be playing different actors, they'll be playing different roles. So your father, who you have in this life now, might have been your auntie. And your auntie might have been your mother, and your brother could have been a son or a daughter. And so they all play these different roles, because we all have to learn from these different incarnations and different roles that we play in each physical life. It's fascinating, really, when you get into it. But there is so much learning that we all need to receive. And you're probably thinking, well, what do we need to learn it all for? And the reason for that, I feel, is we need to learn it all to become whole. It's part of the healing process, and healing basically means to become whole. Once you become whole and you start to bring in these fragments of yourself, because we are fragmented across all these lifetimes, once you start to bring in these fragmentations of your soul, of your spirit, of your lives, you start to feel that connection of oneness and wholeness to yourself. And that's why we need to do this healing, because all that wisdom and all that knowledge and all those lives and all those traumas and all these good times and all these sad times all come in to the now, all come into your being, all come into your soul and your spirit. You may feel your guides closer, you may feel your higher self closer, you'll have an easier connection, and you'll be more sensitive and susceptible to energy, because you're of a higher frequency. You're on a higher dimensional life, because you're bringing more of yourself back to you. You're connecting more to everything. You're connecting to the all. You're connecting to God. You're connecting to Source. So that is what I feel is the reason why we need to have all these lives. Need to have all these incarnations and all these existences to bring in to balance, to bring into unity and togetherness, and just to bring wholeness, to bring healing to the here and now. And that healing expands, as you start to vibrate on a higher frequency, you start to bring all that healing into the now, into your body, into your mind, into your vessel, into your soul. That has a profound effect on the planet, has a profound effect on nature, has a profound effect on your family that is around you. And as you step onto a path of healing, you may start to see changes in families' behavior, or you may start to behave differently to your family, whereas before you might have been quite negative or standoffish with them, whereas now you're more ready to embrace, to give them love, to give them compassion, because you have an understanding of that life, of who they were, of the stuff that they've been through, and they've brought it into this life, which has created the trigger in you, which you've then dealt with and you've healed. That's basically how massive a healing journey is, but it's also how infinite and how amazing and how massive you are as a soul, as a spirit, as an energy, and you can change so much within your life, you can change so much within your family, and it's all to do with you. You're the one that takes that step at the end of the day. So, getting back to past life hypnosis, how does it work exactly? What is my process? So the process that I use is I'll have a short discussion with you, maybe for around about 20-30 minutes before the session, just to find out if you've got any questions, because I also like to do a higher self journey as well after a past life regression. And if you've got any questions, we can discuss them, and we can discuss what the higher self journey means, what it is. We talk about the feelings, the visions, the messages that come through you, to go with the first response, and don't listen to the second response, because that's usually the ego that comes in trying to convince you that that's not the right answer. Always go with what you feel is the first thing that you feel. And so that's what we discuss at the beginning. We then get you nice and comfortable and prepared. You can go to the loo or whatever you need to do, have a drink, just to keep yourself hydrated as we go through the motions. And then I'll just guide you into a nice gentle trance, take you through a nice journey, and then take you onto what we call the beach of time. We just guide you through nice and gently. You just listen to the sound of my voice, and I take you through, and eventually we go through a door, and this door takes you to another life. And then we give you that time, we give you that space for that information to just come. And the longer that you're there, the more information will accrue, and you'll be more aware of things, of feelings. And I'll ask you questions about what you're aware of, what you feel, what's on your feet. Can you see your feet? What are you wearing? What do your hands look like? What color is your skin? Are you translucent? Are you physical? Are you male? Are you female? And I'll give you all these sorts of different questions to try and investigate what is going on. And I write all your answers down. And then we go through that life, we investigate, we go deeper with it. We go deeper with the emotions, where you are, why you're here, why you're being shown this life, the people that are around you, the situation that's taking place. And we go right through it. We go right through it, exploring the whole process. And at the end of that, if there's nothing else to feel from that life, we can either move you into a next life if you feel the need to, or we can take you into a place where we look at your life and we find out what the message was from that life, why you were taken to that life today, what healing and what learning we need to bring from that life into this life, into the now. And then once we've done that, we move past that point and we go and ascend to commune with your higher self. We'll ask your questions, go through the process with the higher self, and the higher self will come through in various different ways. It can either give lots of information, or it will just give quick, concise answers. No answer is wrong. And like I say, always go with the first answer that you feel and just let it out and just say it. And then once we've done that and we've asked all your questions and got what answers we can, we then bring you back to the now, bring you back to the date, the time, the year, and allow you to just come out of that hypnosis feeling relaxed, feeling at ease, feeling released, feeling amazing, feeling more empowered, bringing all that information, all those downloads, all that knowing with you into this life, because that is where the healing comes from. So a past life hypnosis can be extremely beneficial, extremely powerful, and there is a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowing, a lot of information that we can take from a past life that we need to be aware of in this life, because it might be something from that life that we've carried right through, and in this life now, because you're doing the healing work, you've become aware of it, and that's where it is, and we can deal with it, we can heal with it, heal it. So there we go, that's what I've become aware of with past lives, how they work, how they operate, how they function alongside our life now, what my belief is with regards to past lives. Is it actual a physical date that we go back to, or is it somewhere that we go in the now? And so I think of them as parallel lives. So have you ever had a past life regression? Have you ever had one with me? What was it like? Comment below. Also, if you have had a past life regression with somebody, comment below, let me know your experiences, let me know what you learned, let me know what you got from it. You know, how powerful was that healing for you? And have you had any more since? Did you want to book any? If you do want to book a past life hypnosis session or any other form of healing with me, go down to the description box below, because all down there will be linked all my socials, my website where you can get in touch direct with me. On my website I have a WhatsApp link, so you can message me via WhatsApp, or you can connect via email and you book direct via me. So if you're interested in any of my healing sessions, head there in the descriptions box. And until then, until the next video, much love, do take care of yourselves and have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye for now.